Hello, Diecast Monster Truck fans, and happy Easter to all of our followers. This is going to be an awesome race here today for this Easter tournament. As you can see, the track is completely covered with Easter egg obstacles. These trucks racing here today are going to have to try to stay in their own lanes to avoid all these obstacles and be the first to get to the finish line. So this is going to be a challenging matchup, but it's also going to be an awesome race because today we have the next 16 custom kids trucks here for this Easter tournament. How are they going to do on our double loop track? We'll find out soon. But check out these amazing trucks that were sent in by our Time for Adventures fans. These trucks look absolutely incredible and they're ready to do battle here head to head today to see who's going to take the top spot on the Easter podium. There's some awesome looking builds sitting over there in the pits and some very creative paint jobs, and they're all ready to take their chance at winning this pink trophy for Easter. This is going to be great. What do you say we take a minute and meet each of the trucks and their builders one by one? And our first competitor was built by Ty Rogers from Sayreville, New Jersey, and you're looking at Arctic Ice. This is an awesome paint scheme on a Monster Jam stunt truck body. Love the details on the chassis and the pink beadlocks to match the pink hood. This is a great looking truck and I'm sure it'll be smooth as ice here today in the tournament. Our next entry was designed and built by Cameron Taylor, who is 5 years old from Valley Glen, California. This is Maximum Speed. And with that wing on the back of that Charger body, painted all in gold, this truck looks like a champion. No wonder it's called Maximum Speed. Will it bring Maximum Speed here navigating through the eggs today? We will find out soon. Our next entry was sent in by Aiden, who is 3 years old from Beechwood, New Jersey. This is Rainbow Fish, and I love this spin on that Megalodon body. Half green, half blue with the rainbow colored tires, blue base and purple chassis. This truck looks fast just sitting here like a rainbow going over the track. The next entry was built by Dakota Rogers, who is 4 years old from Sayreville, New Jersey. This is Ice Dakota, utilizing a Mohawk Warrior body painted in a sparkly blue paint, just like a sparkling ice. Love the tire mismatch on this one and the yellow chassis. This truck is so cool just sitting here, can't wait to see it run. And next up, submitted by Enzo, who is 4 years old from Alberta, Canada. This is Purple Spider-Man Hulk. With that awesome Spider-Man body painted in that shimmery purple paint, you got the purple roll cage and wheels to go with it. This is one great looking superhero custom. I can't wait to see how strong it runs here today. And up next, a truck built by Harper, who is 8 years old from Live Oak, Florida. This is happily named Moo. This is such a cool looking paint scheme on that Hot Wheels steer clear body. Love the black spots and the white wheels to match. This truck just might have to tell the other competitors to move over because Moo is coming through. Awesome truck. And up next, we have a truck built by Jeremy, who is 2.5 years old from Manitoba, Canada. This is Big Tire. And Big Tire is an incredible looking truck using two different bodies combined to make one awesome looking monster truck. We have an old school square body with the Dragonoid wings, green chassis and dirty tires. This truck looks like it's ready to fly through the loops. Our next competitor was submitted by Bodie Rogers, who is 1 year old from Sayreville, New Jersey. This is El Toro Bodie. Bodie added custom paint graphics all over this El Toro Loco body, chassis, wheels, and tires. With this truck being orange and purple, giving off Halloween vibes, I'm curious to see how it's going to do here on the Easter track. We'll find out soon. And up next is an entry built by Josh, who is 8, and Owen, who is 5, from Camillus, New York. This is Color Combination, and this is a great use of a Joker body. Love how they painted the body even more red and green to match that Joker look with different colored tires, and love the googly eyes. I'm not even joking when I say this truck's ready to hit the track. Up next, built by Oliver Muncie, who was 3 years old from Fairdale, Kentucky. This is Candy Flage Radiator Springs, and this is an awesome looking truck and probably the most decorated truck we've had here on our channel. With the candy all over the truck, I get why it's called Candy Flage. This is one sweet looking ride. Can't wait to see it run. This next entry was submitted by Eric Alanis, who is 11 years old from Modesto, California, and you're looking at Texas Monster. And this is a great custom. This is one of the extreme because this is a Hot Wheels truck body mounted on a Monster Jam chassis. A lot of creativity went into this truck and love the black and orange colors. Great job. Up next is a build from Katie, who is 10 years old from Fort Huachuca, Arizona. This is Sparkle Storm, and this is such a cool looking truck with that son of a digger body painted all pink and then covered in that purple and pink glitter. This one really sparkles here on the track, and it'll look great driving through those colored eggs. Let's watch this one close on the track. Up next is a truck designed by Torin, who is 4 years old from El Dorado, Kansas. This is Supersonic, and this is another Monster Jam stunt truck with Monster Jam on the side painted purple and red with red wheels to match, a green chassis and blue base. This truck looks so cool, and I love the addition of the painted treads on the tires. This next submission was sent in by Charlie, who is 5 years old from Fort Huachuca, Arizona. This is Jaguar Force, and this is a great looking dragon body on that Spin Master chassis with those dirty tires. I love the orange and white paint scheme all over this truck. It looks fast just sitting here. We'll see how it does in the race shortly. And up next is a truck built by Lincoln, who is 5 years old from Live Oaks, Florida. This is Bone Snake. This is a great looking custom, and this truck was just featured in one of our daily short videos racing its sister's Moo truck. Love the design of this truck all over with the snake scales and bones all over it, and with the snake eyes, this truck is staring down the competition. And the last entry for today's tournament was built by Ellis, who is 3 years old from Crestwell, Oregon. This is Chica, and this is such a cool looking truck utilizing that Hot Wheels Big Kahuna body with the glitter additions all over it and the stars, circles, and eyeballs. I can't wait to see this truck run. Alright viewers, that is your lineup for the Easter 2025 Kids Custom Tournament. There are some incredible looking trucks here in this lineup today. I can't even begin to decide which truck would be a favorite of mine, but we would love to hear from our viewers of which truck you like the best in this lineup. Find us on Facebook, check out the post for the Kids Custom Tournament, and let us know. We love hearing from our fans. But now, what do you say we take a look at today's racing bracket and check out how these trucks will lay out. And heading up to the starting gate first, for today's event, we have Big Tire taking on Texas Monster. Then Purple Spider-Man Hulk will be racing Supersonic. Candy Flage Radiator Springs will be facing Ice Dakota. El Toro Bodie will be taking on Bone Snake. Arctic Rise will be racing Sparkle Storm. Jaguar Force will be taking on Moo. Chica will be going head-to-head against Color Combination. And finally, Maximum Speed will be racing Rainbow Fish. Check out these awesome kids custom matchups here for this Easter tournament. What do you say we head on up to the starting gates now and get these awesome races started? And up first, we have Big Tire racing out of the orange lane, taking on Texas Monster in the blue lane. Let's go racing! Green flag, gate drops, and they're off, and it's Texas Monster pulling out a huge lead, coming down the ramp super fast through the loops. Big Tire having problems off that jump. Texas Monster with a huge jump, flag flying in the air across the line for the win. What a fast run from that truck. That's got to be one of the quickest runs we've seen here so far on the double loop track. That was wild. And those wings over there were trying to help Big Tire, but for some reason was slower in the orange lane. Let's take another look from the track cam. As the gate drops, keep your eye on that blue lane. That Texas truck is super fast coming down the ramp, but it's easy to see with that big flag waving in the air. Extremely fast as it goes inverted through the loops. Big jump down the YouTube Power Boost ramp, picking up speed and across the line for the win. That was an extremely fast run from that truck, but I still think the Big Tire wins the looks. That is awesome. Alright viewers, the first matchup is complete, and it is Texas Monster getting to the line first to be the first truck to move into the second round of racing. That was an extremely fast run, so we're going to have to watch that truck here in the tournament. Now let's head back up to the starting gates because the next pair is ready to go. And for this next matchup, we have Purple Spider-Man Hulk taking on Supersonic. Now let's go racing! Here we go, both trucks fast out of the gate. Supersonic pulling away a little, coming down the ramp. Both trucks extremely fast through the loop. Purple Spider-Man Hulk catching up, coming down the YouTube Power Boost ramp, starts to pull away and passes for the win at the last minute. What a run! Supersonic was faster out of the gate and started to pull away, coming down the ramp, headed towards the loops in that one, but Purple Spider-Man Hulk closed the gap and came back with the come from behind victory. That was an awesome run. Let's take another look. As the gate drops, once again it's the blue lane pulling away, coming out of the gate down the ramp. They're extremely fast through the loops as that superhero has super speed off of that loop jump, continues to power away over the back obstacle and takes the win. What a run. Nice matchup by these trucks. That right there was an awesome race, viewers. A little back and forth action. We weren't sure who was going to win until they crossed the line. And it is Purple Spider-Man Hulk taking the win to move into the second round. Great job. We'll see more of that truck soon. But first, we got to head back up to starting gates because the next pair is ready to go. And up next to the starting line, we have Candy Flage Radiator Springs facing Ice Dakota. Let's go racing. Gate drops and we're off, and it's Ice Dakota with a huge lead coming down the ramp through the loop, super fast through the loops. Look at that air! Continues to power away over the back obstacle, hits an egg up the backflip ramp and takes the win. Wow! A little egg freestyle there at the end, showing off for the crowd, but that was an extremely fast run. What happened to Candy Flage out of that starting gate? The truck just never got moving. Maybe there's a problem with the engine. Let's take another look. Coming out of the gate, Candy Flage Radiator Springs in the orange lanes, just a little slower coming down the hill. Fast through the loop, still trying to catch up to Ice Dakota, but Ice Dakota with a slap wheelie up the back obstacle, and watch this egg go flying. Whoa! What an awesome run from these two beautiful custom trucks. Candy Flage Radiator Springs is definitely the sweetest looking truck in today's lineup, but didn't have the speed here in that round. It is Ice Dakota making it to the line first, taking the win and moving on into the next round for more racing action. Now let's head back up to the starting gates because we got two more here ready to go. And up next to the starting line, we have El Toro Bodie taking on Bone Snake. What a matchup. Let's go racing. Gate drops and they're off, and they're wheel to wheel coming down the ramp, picking up speed, heading towards the loops. Bone Snake extremely fast through the loops. Look at that jump down the YouTube Power Boost ramp, picking up speed and flies across the line for the win. Wow! What a fast run from that truck. From the loops on, that was incredibly quick. El Toro Bodie with problems off of that loop jump, can't stick the landing and crashes. Let's take another look. As the gate drops and the trucks launch from the starting line, El Toro Bodie has the speed to keep up to Bone Snake coming down the ramp. But as they go through the loop, Bone Snake's extremely fast upside down with a huge jump, lands on the downside of the YouTube Power Boost ramp and flies across the line for the win. Attempts a backflip but doesn't quite make it. What a run. El Toro Bodie, such a cool looking custom monster truck, but in this matchup it is Bone Snake faster to the line, taking the win and moving on into the second round. That truck was really flying. We're gonna have to keep an eye on that one here later. But now let's head back up to the starting gates because there's two more waiting on us. Next up, we have Arctic Rise racing out of the orange lane, taking on Sparkle Storm in the blue lane. Let's go racing! Green flag, gate drops, and they're off, and it's Arctic Rise with the whole shot coming down the ramp extremely fast as they go inverted. Oh, but Sparkle Storm has a big jump down the YouTube Power Boost ramp, passes and takes the win. Wow, what a come from behind victory. Both trucks end up on the left side of the track with eggs going flying, but what an awesome race and come from behind win. We got to take another look at this one from the track cam in slow-mo. As the gate drops, it's Arctic Rise in the orange lane with the whole shot coming down the ramp. But Sparkle Storm extremely fast through the loops. They're wheel to wheel off the loops, and Sparkle Storm has the speed to take the win at the end. Arctic Rise goes over into the left lane, hits some eggs, and has a little freestyle. Well, viewers, these kids custom sure are putting on quite the show here today. That was an awesome come from behind victory. It is Sparkle Storm taking the win and moving on into round number 2, so we'll see more of that truck shortly. But we've got more racing action lined up right now and ready to go, so let's head back to the starting gate. And up next, we have Jaguar Force racing out of the orange lane, taking on Moo in the blue lane. Let's go racing! Gate drops and they're off, and it's Jaguar Force with a huge lead coming down the ramp, super fast through the loops with a huge jump. Almost starts to nose over, hard landing, crashes, and Moo passes for the win. Wow! Almost does a backflip there at the end of the track, but what a run from Moo! Jaguar Force had a huge lead out of the gate, the biggest we've seen all day here today, but could not stick the landing and gave up the win. Moo said, "Move on over, I'm coming through." Let's take another look. As the gate drops, it's Jaguar Force in that orange lane, blending in with that orange paint job, but super fast as it goes inverted with a huge jump. But lands hard on the front end, flips, and can't continue on as Moo flies across the line and tries a backflip at the end of the track. What a race. That orange Jaguar Force is an awesome looking truck and extremely fast the first half of the track, but Moo passed for the win as Jaguar Force crashed, and Moo will move on into the next round. What an awesome run. Now let's head back up to the starting gate and see what the next pair can do. And for this next race, we have Chica in the orange lane taking on Color Combination in the blue lane. Let's go racing! Green flag, gate drops, and we're Kid Custom Racing. And both trucks fast coming down the ramp, headed to the loops. Chica blown away, coming through the loops with with a big jump, but color combination's not done. Catching up down the power boost ramp, it's close over the back obstacle, and Chica takes the win by a truck length. What a run from that truck. That's a whole shot victory right there. Takes the win out of the starting gate and keeps it all the way to the line. What a run from both these trucks. Let's take another look. Out of the gate, watch the orange lane. Chica just starts to pull away, coming down the ramp. Color combination's not done, has an extremely fast loop and a big jump. Trying to pick up speed down the YouTube power boost ramp, but Chica's just too far ahead and takes the win. Awesome run from these trucks. That was a pretty even matchup from both of these custom kid trucks, but it is Chica getting to the line first to move into the second round. We'll see more of that truck here shortly, but now we've got one more round here lined up at the starting gate and waiting for us, so let's head on back there now. And up next to the line, we have Maximum Speed in the orange lane, taking on Rainbow Fish in the blue lane. Let's go racing! Green flag, gate drops, and we're off, and both trucks are fast out of the gate, but Maximum Speed picking up Maximum Speed coming through the loops. Look at how fast, huge jump from that truck. Smooth landing going off to the left blue side and hits some eggs, but takes the win. Wow! Eggs go flying everywhere in this matchup, but it's Maximum Speed with the maximum win in that round. Rainbow Fish parked up on one of the jumps like it's showing off for the fans. That awesome paint job, that is so cool. Let's take another look at this one from slow-mo in the track cam. As the gate drops, both trucks are fast right out of the gate, but Maximum Speed picking up speed, coming down the ramp into the loops. Fast through the loops with a big jump, kind of a hard landing, but controls it, goes off to the other side and takes the win. But we gotta love that Rainbow Fish parking up there for all its fans to see. What a run from that truck. That was an awesome matchup here for the last race of the first round, and in that matchup it is Maximum Speed taking the win to move on into the second round of racing. Awesome run from that truck. And you know, speaking of second round of racing, what do you say we head on over to the pits and check out the trucks moving on into the next round? Check it out, viewers. Even Grim and Scrap Creatures are over here celebrating with some Easter eggs for this kid's custom Easter matchup. That is awesome. I'm surprised none of the Easter eggs have broken open, getting run over by some monster trucks. But there's always next round. Let's meet the trucks moving on. First, we have Texas Monster taking on Ice Dakota. Then we have Purple Spider-Man Hulk taking on Bone Snake. Up next, we will have Sparkle Storm taking on Chica. And finally, rounding out the second round, we have Moo taking on Maximum Speed. These 8 trucks were the fastest trucks in the first round, but only 4 are going to move on into the semifinals. Which ones will it be? Let's head up to the gates, get the racing started, and find out. And up first for your second round matchups, we have Texas Monster taking on Ice Dakota. Let's go racing! Green flag, gate drops, and here we go. Both trucks fast out of the gate, coming down into that first ramp super fast as they go inverted through the loops. They're wheel to wheel off the loop, jump down the power boost ramp. It's a close race at the line. Wow, which truck made it there first? I seen some eggs going flying, but I'm not sure which truck took the win. That was a close matchup. We have Texas Monster and Ice Dakota. Let's take another look from the track cam. Out of the gates, both of these trucks are fast. They both want to move on into that next round. Coming down the ramp, they're side by side as they head through the loops. Big jump from both trucks, picking up speed. They both go off to the side, and at the line, it is Texas Monster getting there first by a wheel. What a close run. All right, viewers, we're in the second round of racing, and that was the closest matchup we've seen here all day. These trucks came to win, and in that one, it is Texas Monster getting to the line first to be the first truck to move on into the semifinals. Let's head back up to the starting gate and see what other truck will be moving on as well. And up next, we have Purple Spider-Man Hulk in the orange lane taking on Bone Snake in the blue lane. Let's go racing! Green flag, here we go, and it's Purple Spider-Man Hulk with the whole shot coming out of the gate super fast as it goes through the loop, but Bone Snake's faster through the loop with that huge jump there, wheel to wheel, and it's close at the line, but Bone Snake takes the win and lands on an Easter egg. Wow! What a come from behind victory from Bone Snake. That truck was 2 or 3 truck lengths behind entering the loops, but somehow managed to catch up. Let's take another look. As the gate drops, watch the orange lane with the purple truck. That thing is extremely fast coming down the ramp. But going through the loops, it's Bone Snake picking up speed with the huge jump down the power boost ramp, flies across the line and gets the win. What a run from that truck. Tell you what, these kids custom sure do not disappoint here in the second round of racing. They were obviously the fastest in the first round, and there's some awesome matchups here. In that one, it is Bone Snake taking the win to be able to move on. That was awesome. Now let's head back up to the starting gate and see what the next pair can do. All right, fans, up next we have Sparkle Storm in the orange lane taking on Chica in the blue lane. Let's go racing. Green flag gate drops and we're off, and it's another close race out of the gate coming down the hill heading towards the loops. Look at them go upside down. They're wheel to wheel off the loop, jump down the YouTube power boost ramp, double slap wheelie, and Sparkle Storm takes the win and takes out a couple eggs on the way. That was awesome. Chica was super fast the first half of that track, but had some problems on the landing, couldn't stick the landing and didn't make it over the back obstacle. But that's an awesome looking truck, so let's take another look at this race here in slow-mo from the track cam. All right, fans, keep your eye on them as they come out of the gate, because this is another close matchup. Sparkle Storm starts to pull away, coming down the ramp into the loops by about a half a truck. But Chica with the huge jump off the loops and doesn't stick the landing, has problems and flips as Sparkle Storm takes the win and hits some eggs up the backflip ramp at the end. That was awesome. Chica with an awesome showing here in this tournament for the Kids Customs. That's a great looking truck, but in this matchup, it's Sparkle Storm taking the win and moving on into the next round. We'll see that truck shortly in the semifinals. Now let's head back up to the starting gate and see what other truck will be moving on. And up next, we have Moo racing out of the orange lane, taking on Maximum Speed in the blue lane. Let's go racing! Green flag, here we go, and it's Moo with the whole shot coming out of the gate, down the ramp, picking up speed through the loop, super fast as it goes inverted, huge jump, almost starts to nose over, does a front flip, lands in a wheelie over the back obstacle, and crashes. Maximum Speed makes it over the back obstacle, pushes some eggs across the line, and wins. Wow! What just happened? That was a crazy come from behind victory. Moo had the win, landed in a wheelie, made it over the obstacle, and Maximum Speed passed. Let's take another look. Coming down the ramp, it's Moo saying, move out of the way when I'm coming down the ramp into the loops. Extremely fast through the loop, but a huge jump and can't control the landing. Flips, lands in a wheelie, but here comes Maximum Speed, not giving up, pushes the eggs and makes it to the line. What a run from that truck. That was wild. All right, viewers, the trophy for the longest wheelie in competition goes to Moo today. That was awesome. But in this one, it's Maximum Speed getting to the line to take the win and move on into the semifinals. And you know, speaking of the semifinal round, what do you say we head on over to the pits and check out all the trucks moving on? Okay, fans, we are back and we're heading into the semi-final round of racing. We've got a couple more matchups before the finals, and there's been some incredible runs here so far in this Kids Custom Tournament. But moving on into the semi-finals, that unfortunately means that 12 of the 16 trucks have already been eliminated. Whoa, look at color combination up there on an egg. That's cool. The Easter Bunny's over here checking out all these awesome custom trucks. You know the Easter Bunny loves it here for this Easter race, and I'm really surprised none of these trucks have broken open any eggs yet. That is wild. But now let's meet the trucks moving on into the semi-final round. These are your fastest four. We will have Texas Monster facing Sparkle Storm. And for the next semi-final round matchup, we have Bone Snake taking on Maximum Speed. These four trucks have proven they've got speed here today, but which of them will be moving on into the semi-finals for their chance at that top podium spot? Let's head back up to the starting gates now for the semi-finals and find out. And up first for the semis, we have Texas Monster taking on Sparkle Storm. Let's go racing. Green flag gate drops and they're off. Both trucks extremely fast coming out of the gate down the ramp. Sparkle Storm pulling away extremely fast through the loop. Big jump from both trucks. Oh, but Texas Monster catching up that flag flying. It's a close race at the line. Wow, what a run. I'm not sure which truck got there first. Was it Texas Monster or was it Sparkle Storm taking the win? Either way, that was an awesome run by both of these Customs Kids Monster trucks. Let's take another look from the track cam. As the gate drops in the blue lane, it's Sparkle Storm pulling away, coming down the ramp. Both trucks have a really fast inverted loop. Big jump off of that loop jump down the power boost ramp. Texas Monster catching up at the line. Oh, it is Texas Monster by a half of a tire taking the win. What a come from behind victory. In the closest race we have had here so far in this tournament, it was just by a tire tread. Texas Monster takes the win and we'll move on into the finals. And Sparkle Storm will have to race one more time to try to secure third place. What a run. Now let's head back up to the starting gates for the next semifinal matchup. And up next, we have Bone Snake in the orange lane taking on Maximum Speed in the blue lane. Let's go racing. Green flag, here we go, and it's Bone Snake with the whole shot coming out of the gate, picking up speed, coming down the ramps extremely fast through the loops. Big jump off the loop, jump down the YouTube power boost ramp. ramp. Maximum Speed has problems and Bone Snake flies across the line for the win. Attempted another backflip but didn't quite make it. Wow, that truck was fast. Maximum Speed with the maximum problem on the landing, trying to come down the YouTube power boost ramp. Just couldn't quite keep traction. Maybe too much power in that truck. Let's take another look from the track cam. Watch them close because it's a close race coming down the ramp. Bone Snake just starts to pull away, getting to the loops, super fast through the loops. Maximum Speed with problems on the YouTube power boost ramp, spins out and Bone Snake takes the win. What a great showing from both of these kids' customs here in the semifinals, but in that matchup it is Bone Snake taking the win to move on into the final round. In Maximum Speed, we'll have to race Sparkle Storm one more time to try to secure third place in this tournament. Let's head back on over to the pits and check out the pairings for the finals. We would like to invite all of our fans to stick around after the racing celebrations to check out some additional racing coverage. But now let's meet the trucks racing in the final rounds. Racing for third, we have Sparkle Storm taking on Maximum Speed. And for your final round matchup for today's kids tournament, we have Texas Monster taking on Bone Snake. These trucks have done absolutely incredible and deserve these final round spots. Let's head up to the gates and get the races started for third. We have Sparkle Storm racing out of the orange lane, taking on Maximum Speed in the blue lane. Let's go racing. Green flag, here we go. Both trucks fast out of the gate, but Sparkle Storm pulling away, coming down the ramp extremely fast through the loops. Maximum Speed trying to catch up, but Sparkle Storm has a huge jump over the back obstacle, hits an egg up the ramp and takes the win. Whoa, what a run. That egg went flying about a foot above the track. That was awesome. But Sparkle Storm was the quicker truck in this matchup, taking third place here overall in this tournament. But Maximum Speed has had some great runs here today. Let's take another look from the track cam. As the gate drops, it's Sparkle Storm with some speed coming down that ramp, pulling away 2-3 truck lengths. Super fast through the loop, continuing that gap, down the power boost ramp, smooth landing, and flies over the line for the win, taking out some eggs on the way. I knew these eggs would be a problem today. All right, racing fans, we have our first podium finisher for this kids' custom race. Sparkle Storm gets to the line first, takes third place overall here today, so we'll see that truck later on up on the podium. But now it is time for the race everybody came here to see. That's right, viewers, this is your final round matchup. And the bunny's here watching for the final round because the bunny needs to know who wins. This is going to be an awesome run. The two fastest trucks all day. We have Texas Monster in the orange lane taking on Bone Snake in the blue lane. Let's go racing. Green flag, here we go. Both trucks fast out of the gate, but Bone Snake pulling away, coming down the ramp extremely fast as they go inverted. Big jump from both trucks, but on the landing, they both have problems over the back obstacle. Texas Monster goes out of the camera view, and I'm not sure which truck made it to the line first. Wow, what a wild run. Both of these trucks have been so fast here all day long, but then have problems in the final round. Was it Bone Snake getting to the line, or was it Texas Monster? Let's take another look from the track cam. All right, monster truck racing fans, watch this one close. Coming down the ramp, it's Bone Snake starting to pull away, coming into the loops. Both trucks fast through the loops, but look at that air off of the loop jump. Both trucks land, start going off to the side. Texas Monster with problems slams into an egg and a wall, but Bone Snake already makes it to the line. What a run. This was such a cool final round matchup for this kids customs tournament because both of these trucks are incredible builds and have been fast here all day long. But in that one, it is Bone Snake getting to the line first to take the win and the championship overall for the Easter tournament. What a race from that truck. What do you say we head on over to the Our Time for Adventure Winter Square and check out all the trucks that deserve to be there? The Easter Bunny had such a fun time here at the track, it decided to play in the loops. That is awesome. And we love the kids' custom trucks that are sent in to us for these tournaments. I really enjoy seeing all these custom builds and putting these races on for our fans. Thank you to everyone for the support. We'll talk to you soon after the winter celebration. But now let's head on over to the Winter Square and check out all these trucks. These are the fastest 4 trucks here in this tournament. They're up there with their eggs celebrating on the podiums. This is so cool. These trucks have done great here today. And bringing home 4th place down on the Winter Square, we have that awesome looking gold Maximum Speed. That truck has been quick here all day long and just had a little problem on a landing or might have gotten that 3rd place. Great build from that truck. Thank you for submitting it. And in 3rd place up there on that bronze podium, we have Sparkle Storm. Sparkle Storm hanging out up there on the 3rd place podium with that bright pink egg to match the truck. That is so cool. Way to go, Sparkle Storm. Congratulations. And in 2nd place over on that silver podium, we have Texas Monster. This is one of the coolest builds I've seen with the Hot Wheels body on a Spin Master chassis. I love it. And that big glittery bright orange egg fits that truck great. And bringing home today's trophy for the Easter Kids Custom Tournament race, we have Bone Snake up there with the gold egg. That truck has been incredible here all day long, had some wild runs and fast runs, and definitely deserves that spot. What do you say we take a minute and help all four of these trucks celebrate? Whoa, would you look at that view? This is what every truck sees from the starting gate coming down the ramp heading toward the loops. That is awesome. And so are the trucks that have been in this tournament here today. We cannot thank our fans enough for the support of continually sending in these kids custom trucks. We absolutely love them. But these races to us are not about winning and losing. We truly hope that every kid, sibling, and parent that is involved with the builds of these trucks has a great time in doing so. That's what these races are all about, is bringing families together and being creative and building something that can be on YouTube. These trucks look incredible and we're so proud to have them here for Easter. So from our time for adventures until the next race, thank you for all of the support and we will see you next time. Thanks again for watching Our Time for Adventures. Until next time.